Dr. Tibbet, your bag, if you please. It contains ordinary instruments. Stethoscope, gauze, sedatives, professional things. A dropper, a small scale, a folded cloth. Carbolic. You do love a tidy knot. Almond. Faint. The house has had rather a lot of marzipan this evening. The scent clings. One meets it in laboratories. It proves very little. Very little proves very much when it keeps returning to the sea. We shall be exact. Mr. Nibbs is dead. Someone offered him a nerve draft. Was that you? I don't dabble in chemicals quite mild. A language footnote for you. In British English, quite shifts its weight. With gradable adjectives, happy, mild, tired, it often means fairly. With absolute adjectives, dead, perfect, impossible, it means completely. So quite mild means fairly mild. Quite dead means completely dead. And was Basil quite dead, Inspector? Unmistakably. Then it seems it is enough. Enough what, Doctor? For example, adjective and enough, strong enough, adverb and enough, quickly enough, and enough and a noun. Enough dose. Which configuration applies here? Inspector, you require a lecture. You do not require a doctor. He swallowed sufficient draught to precipitate collapse in under a minute. Under a minute? That is pretty fast. Pretty fast? You teach grammar with nursery crayons? Ah, there is our other adverb. Pretty in this arena means fairly or rather, not attractive. One may be pretty certain, pretty fast, but not, outside irony, pretty dead, although the undertaker may argue. Return to your speed, Doctor. You stated under a minute. Basil collapsed in the hallway. No clock stood by his elbow. How do you time a death you did not witness? Physiology. Science. Some toxins act rapidly. Anyone with competence knows the window. Competence may predict. Only the person present can count seconds. A dropper, a brown bottle, folded cloth. You were very present with Basil. You gave him a draught strong enough to still him, and then you were quite ready with the diagnosis. Nonsense. I offered him nothing of the kind. If poison was involved, someone tampered, but perhaps in the pantry, but perhaps in the wine. I am a doctor, not a conjurer. Yet you keep producing rabbits. Another point. Earlier, before anyone had examined Basil's glass, you said, he must have taken enough to stop the heart in under a minute. 60 seconds, Doctor. Not 20, not half a minute. 60. Precision betrays proximity. It betrays education. Then your education has outstripped your alibi. You also pronounced on the cork in the bottle before I unsealed its envelope. You discovered a vial before there was time for dust. You are quite the prophet when prophecy flatters you. You confuse pattern recognition with guilt. I am quite certain of my innocence. Quite certain, with a gradable adjective, means fairly certain, alas. Shall we upgrade to entirely certain, if that is the hill? Enough theatrics. Here is the grammar that matters. You knew enough about the dose to time it. You were quite wrong to think no one would notice, and you were pretty careless with your knots. That is quite enough to detain you. Detain me? On wordplay? On word use, Doctor. Words reveal what hands prefer to hide. You will accompany me to the morning room. You will surrender your license and the contents of this bag. If you are innocent, you shall have enough time to prove it. If you are not, you have already said quite too much. You risk the life of every man in this house when you insult the only physician present. A grim comfort. The murders have not required more than one.